is Siti Adhwa Athaillah with my SID 332300035, and today I'm gonna do a project-based learning presentation in the syntax subject. And the topic I'm about to talk today in this presentation is about part of speech. In this presentation, I'm gonna divide it into two parts. The first part is about talking about what part of speech means, and then their types, and also how they function in a sentence. And the second part is about syntax tree and how those part of speech is appeared in the syntax tree. So without any further ado, let's continue to the video. First up, what is part of speech? Part of speech is a basic grammatical term used to classify words according to their function and role in a sentence. A part of speech tells us what kind of word something is, whether it names something, shows action, describes, connects ideas, or expresses emotion. Next is types of categories in syntax. In syntax, words are divided into two major categories. The first type is lexical categories. Lexical categories is words that have clear meanings and give real information in a sentence. They are the main types of words that build phrases and carry ideas or content in communication. In these types, there's also the examples. The first example is noun. Sorry, it's not an example, but part of lexical categories are noun, verb, adjective, adverb, and also preposition. In noun, first up, for example, is book, girl, chair, and table. For verb, the examples are cook, laugh, run, and eat. For the adjective, the examples are pretty, happy, sad, lonely, and dark. For adverb, there's quickly, hopefully, sadly, silently, and happily. And last but not least, there's preposition, and the examples are in, on, at, and above. We moving on to the second categories. It's functional categories. Functional categories are grammatical words that carry little lexical meaning but serve important syntactic roles such as linking, marking tense, or defining reference. There's this examples, not examples actually, but part of functional categories. In functional categories, there are determiner, complementizer, inflection or tense, auxiliary, and negation. For determiner, for example, the, a, some, this. For complementizer, there is that, if, whether. For inflection or tense, there is suffix s, suffix ed, will, and s. For auxiliary, there is these examples such as have, be, and do. For negation, there's not and never. Moving on to syntactic function. Next, we have a closer look to each part of speech functions syntactically, or how it takes role in a sentence structures. First up, there's noun. What is noun? A noun is a word that represents a person, place, thing, idea, or concept. And for the syntactic roles, nouns act as the heads of noun phrases, or NPs, which functions as subjects, objects, or complements in a sentence. For the examples, the sad clown. So the sad clown is the noun phrase, okay? Next is verb. A verb expresses actions, processes, or states. For the syntactic roles is the head of a verb, phrase, or VP. The VP functions as the predicate of the sentence. For example, reading a newspaper. Reading is the verb phrase. Next step is adjective. An adjective describes or modifies a noun. For its syntactic role, is ahead of an adjective phrase or adjective, which may modify a noun or attributive or follow a linking verb, predicative. For example, very happy as an adjective phrase. Next up is adverb. An adverb modifies verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs or entire clauses. For its syntactic roles, head of an adverb phrase, or as an adjunct modifying VP or sentence. For examples, very slowly as an adverb phrase. Next is preposition. A preposition shows the relationship between a noun and other elements of the sentence. For its syntactic roles, it's head of a prepositional phrase or PP. For example, with my mother as a prepositional phrase. Next is determiner. Determiner specifies or limits the reference of a noun. For its syntactic role, it's specifier within an NP. There is types of determiners. First up is articles. For example, a and the. The next is demonstrative. For example, this, those. Next is possessive, my, her. And for quantifiers, there is some and many. For example, NP, the doctor. So the is the determiner. And also, the second example is those people. Those people as a whole phrase is a noun phrase, but for those itself is a determiner. So we already talked about the part of speech and each of the categories, and for the next slide, for the next part, I'm gonna show how those appear in a sentence. We're gonna use a syntax tree because in syntax we usually use syntax tree for each of the sentence. So for the next is I'm gonna show some examples of syntax trees, and you can see how each of the part of speech is appeared and how they connect each other. For the first example, there's this sentence: the tall boy is reading a novel. The sentence is divided into two parts. There is NP and VP. For the NP section, we have the tall boy, and for the VP section, we have is reading a novel. For the NP part, we divided them into three. First up is that, stands for determiner. Adjective stands for adjective, and an stands for noun. First, the determiner is the words the. For the adjective is the word tall, and for the noun is the word boy. Boy is a noun. Okay, and for the VP part, we divided it into two parts again, because there is the VP and also the PP. For the VP, we divided them into two again. There is auxiliary and verb phrase again. So we ignore the auxiliary because there's only one auxiliary used in here. And we're gonna continue with the VP part. The VP is divided again into two parts again. Yes, it was V for verb and for NP, noun phrase. And the NP, we divided it again into two parts again for determiner and noun. Last is PP for prepositional phrase. We divided it into two, for preposition or P, and then for noun phrase and P. For the noun phrase, we divided them again into two. There's that, determiner, and also noun. So for the VP part, as I said before, is the remaining phrase, which is is reading a novel in the classroom because the tall boy is already been categorized as the NP for the VP. So the remaining sentence, first up is for auxiliary is the word is, and for the verb is reading. It was the part of the VP, and then the determiner is the part of the NP which shows in the second VP, and then for the determiner here is A, and for the novel is the noun. Next up is for the prepositional phrase. P for preposition here is in, and for the also the determiner again is the word the, and for the noun is classroom. For the next example is the sentence, the man in the black jacket helped the old woman. Also, we divided it into two parts again, NP and VP. For the NP, we have the man in the black jacket, and VP, we have helped the old woman. Inside the NP, we have determiner as the word the, noun as the word man, and also the prepositional phrase. And inside the prepositional phrase, we have the preposition, which is the word in, and also noun phrase as the phrase the black jacket. Inside the noun phrase, there is determiner as the word the, adjective as the word black, and also noun as the word jacket. Moving on to the VP section, inside the VP we have verb, which is the word helped, and also the NP here is the object, which we divided it into two parts again. There is determiner and NP. For the determiner, we have the word the, and inside the NP, we divided it again into two, which is adjective for the word old, and then noun for the word woman. Next example is the sentence, the students read a book in the library. Again, we divided it into two parts, NP and VP. For the NP, inside the NP we have determiner as the word the, and noun as the word students. For the VP section, we divided it again into two, VP and PP. Inside the VP or verb phrase, we divided it into two again, which is verb and noun phrase. For verb is the word read, and for the NP, inside it there is two, which is determiner as the word a, and then noun as the word book. Next is the PP, which is the prepositional phrase. We divided it into two again. For inside the PP there is P preposition, and then NP noun phrase. For the preposition, we can see here as the word in, and for noun phrase we need to divide it again into two. Inside the NP there is determiner and noun. For the determiner is the word the, and for the noun is the word library. Next is the sentence, the teacher gave homework to the class. It's pretty similar to the previous one, but there's a slight difference in the VP section. So the first step is in the NP part. For the NP section, inside it there is determiner and noun. For the determiner we have the word the, and for the noun, we have the word teacher. In the VP section, we divided it again into two, and inside it there is VP again and prepositional phrase. For the VP one, inside it there is there is V and then there is NP, which is noun phrase. And for the V is the word gave, and for the NP we divide it again into noun because there's only one, which is homework as a noun. Next is the prepositional phrase. Inside it there is two, which is preposition and NP or noun phrase. For the preposition is the word to, and for the noun phrase, we divide it again into two. Inside it there is determiner and also noun. For determiner, there's the word the, and for the noun is there is the word class. Next is the sentence, the dog chased the cat. We divide it into two again. For there is NP and VP, and for the NP section we divided it into two. There is determiner and noun. For the determiner, we have the word the, and then for the noun we have the word dog. In the VP section, inside the VP there is verb and NP. First is the verb. For the verb, we have chased as the verb, and for the NP we need to divide it into two again. There is determiner and noun. For determiner we have the word the, and for the noun we have the word cat. It's quite easy. I mean, like, compared to the previous example, it's quite simple, I guess, because the previous example is pretty, a bit difficult. And that's it. That's all of the presentation. I hope my explanation is pretty understandable, and thank you.